Hey guys, I'm Natalie. Welcome to today's 10-minute booty blaster. We will be doing 10 moves in total, 5 per leg. Each exercise is 50 seconds in duration with a 10-second transition and a quick rest. I'll be using 5-pound ankle weights. You can use no weights at all and just work your way up to that, or you can use higher or lower ankle weights, whatever works for you. Today I'm going to start with my left leg. If you're doing this workout on a regular basis, maybe switch which leg you start with because you are going to feel it in the supporting leg, especially when we're in the second half of it. So I'm going to come down, working my left leg on my right forearm, and my left hand is going to be on the ground. If you've done glute challenge number 1, we're going to be doing a slight variation on that. So rather than flexing the foot and doing a donkey kick, we're pointing the toe and we're bringing our leg up behind us, up on an arc towards the ceiling. So sweeping it up on an arc and keeping our hips facing the ground. I'm going to set the clock for the first 10-second transition. So the knee comes in and then we sweep it up to the ceiling. And then when I say we're going to change, we're going to do a pulse, pulse, and down. Here we go. Sweep it up and down. So it's really on you to focus on the squeeze and hold. This is the whole move right here at the top. Squeeze and hold. The toe is pointed. You're sweeping that leg up behind you on an arc. Squeeze and hold at the top and squeeze and hold at the top. Keep those hips facing the ground. You do not want to open them up. For 2 and 1 on the next one. 2 little pulses. Pulse, pulse, down. Pulse, pulse, down. So just a little straighten and bending of the leg at the top of the move. So really focus on squeezing up to the ceiling. Pulse, pulse, down. A few more. We've got 5 seconds. Hold it at the top. Pulse, pulse, down, and pulse, pulse, down. So a similar move, we're going to start with my right leg crossed over the other calf, and we're squeezing it up behind us and then cross it back down. Here we go. Squeeze it up and down. Squeeze it up and down. So it's coming straight up behind you towards the ceiling on that arc and then crossing back down the bottom bent leg. Squeeze and hold at the top. That's the whole move, guys. You've really got to focus on everything you've got. Squeeze and hold and squeeze and hold for 2 and 1 on the next one. 2 little pulses. Pulse, pulse, down. Pulse, pulse, down. So the pulses are a bending and a straightening of the leg, just a very small move. Pulse, pulse, down. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Pulse, pulse, down. Focus on that squeeze, guys. 5 seconds. You got this. 1 more. Well done, guys. So this time you are going to open up the hips. You're bringing your knee towards your elbow. It's not touching. And then sweeping it up behind you on an arc to the back corner. Here we go. In and sweep it up. Squeeze up to the back corner. So you're doing an arc up to the ceiling, almost to where the wall and the ceiling meet in that back corner. So squeeze it up. It's not coming straight behind you this time. It's going on that arc towards that back corner. Up and squeeze for 2 and 1 on the next one, the pulses. Pulse, pulse in. So it's not straight behind you. The hip is opening up. We're squeezing to the back corner. Squeeze, squeeze, down. Keep it going, guys. 10 seconds. Pulse, pulse, down. The knee's not touching the elbow. It's just coming down in that general direction. Squeeze and half a 1. All right, guys, flex the foot. It's the same movement, but it's working the butt slightly differently. So bringing the knee in and squeezing to that back corner, pressing through the heel. Here we go. Towards the knee and squeeze it back. And squeeze it back. So the foot is flexed this time. You're working the booty slightly differently. Squeeze and hold through the heel. Squeeze and hold through the heel. Pressing it up. I know I feel the resting leg as well. Keep it going. Squeeze and hold and squeeze and hold. Do 1 more on the next one. Hold it up in the corner. Now just lifting it up, lifting it up. Lift and lift. So you're lifting it up towards the back corner and lift. A few more for 2 and 1. Now hold it up and just little pulses to the back corner. A little straightening and bending of the knee. Just a few centimeters, just an inch. 2, 1. Well done, guys. Come down on the side of your body. This time, we got the hips stacked. We're gonna lift the leg from one side of the mat up and over to the other. Don't let the foot touch the ground. Here we go, lifting it up and over, up and over. Trying to get the foot up and over from one side of the mat to the other. The hips are stacked. The outside edge of the foot is going up to the ceiling. Don't let those toes turn up. Try and get up high and over, up high and over. Keep it going, guys. Up and over. You should really be feeling this in the side of the booty, keeping the hips stacked for 2 and 1. Now bring the foot in line with the body and just lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. You can come all the way down on the side of the arm if you like. Lifting it all the way up and down, all the way up and down for 2. Now hold it up and just pulse at the top. Last 10 seconds, you got this, guys. Hold it as high as you can and pulse it at the top. Hips are stacked, 2, 1. Well done, guys. Other side. So now I'll be working my left leg. Right arm, forearm is on the ground. Remember, bring the knee in and sweeping it up behind us on that arc. Here we go. In, sweep it up to the ceiling. Squeeze and hold. The hips are facing down. It's up to you to focus on the squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. The foot is going up to the ceiling on an arc. Squeeze it up and squeeze it up. Really focus on that squeeze and hold. That's the whole move right there. For 2 and 1 on the next one, the 2 pulses. Pulse, pulse, in. Pulse, pulse, in. So it's just a little bending and straightening of the knee. Pulse, pulse, in. It's a tiny little move. Keep it going, guys. We're on the home stretch here. We're on the other side. 5 seconds. Pulse, pulse, in. 1 more. Pulse, pulse, in. This time, cross the knee over. It's coming straight up behind you and down. So we're working it on a slightly different angle. Get ready. Cross it over, squeeze it up, over and up. Remember, guys, it's all in the squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but I'm reminding myself too. We're not just here to go through the motions. Squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. We've got to keep ourselves honest here. It's up to us to do the hard work. Squeeze it up for 2 and 1. On the next one, the pulses. Pulse, pulse, down. Pulse, pulse, down. Keep it going. Make everyone count. If you need to, press pause, go into a child's pose and rest, and then get back into it. A few more, guys. Squeeze, squeeze, down. I feel it. Squeeze, squeeze, down. A few more. 2. All right, half a 1. So the toes are pointed. We are opening up the hips this time. Knees coming to the elbow, and then we're sweeping back behind us up to that back corner. Here we go. In and sweep to the corner. Sweep up to the corner. It's not coming straight behind you. It's going up to that corner on an angle. You can look up if you like. Look over your shoulder. Sweep it up behind you, making sure you're going up, not straight behind you. And sweep, and sweep. Let's do 2 more. Sweep it up. And 1 more on the next one, the little pulses. Pulse, pulse, in. Pulse, pulse, in. Come on, guys, let's bring this home. Pulse, pulse, in. We've only got a few more to go. Squeeze, squeeze, in. 10 seconds. Pulse, pulse, in. Make everyone count. We're almost there. Pulse, pulse, in. 3 seconds. Let's do 1 more. All right, guys. This time, flex the foot. It feels like the same move, but it's a slightly different angle. So we're squeezing back through that heel. Here we go. Bring it in. Squeeze it back. And squeeze it back. You should really be feeling this at the joint where the booty and the hamstring meet. It's my favorite part to work out. Squeeze it up and squeeze it up. Really press through that heel and press through that heel. Keep it going, guys. For 2 and 1 on the next one. Hold it back on that angle and just lift and lift, lift and lift. Keep it going, guys. Just lifting to that back corner. The foot is flexed. Squeeze it up. It's not behind you. It's back on an angle. Now hold it at the top and just little pulses through the heel. Squeezing it. Opening up those hips. Squeeze through the heel. Lift that leg. Squeeze through the heel. Lift the leg. Well done, guys. come down on the side of your body. You can come all the way down if you like, or up on the forearm. The foot is flexed. Get ready, lifting it up and over, up and over. The hips are stacked, guys. Hips are stacked. Trying to keep the outside edge of that foot going up to the ceiling. Come all the way down if you like. Doesn't really make a difference, whatever's more comfortable for you. Focus on the up and down, up and down, lifting it up, keeping these hips stacked, keeping that foot flexed. The outside edge is going to the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in line with the body and lifting it up and up. This one is easier if you come all the way down, lifting it all the way up and down, all the way up and down. A few more and then hold it at the top and just little pulses for 10 seconds. Just little pulses. Just at the top, guys. Foot is flexed. Hips are stacked. Keep it going. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Well done, guys. That was awesome. All right, come down on your back. Let's have a well-deserved stretch. So I want you to come down on your back and cross one leg over the other. It doesn't matter which one you do. Hold onto your shins or onto your ankles, whatever you can reach, and pull those legs down towards the floor. Head is on the floor, loose and relaxed. So you should be feeling this in the glute if whichever leg is closest to you. Switch which leg is on top. Cross them over. Pull the legs down towards the floor. Well done. Put both feet on the floor. Put one foot on top of the other in a figure 4 stretch. So you've got the ankle on top of the bent leg. Reach through those legs and squeeze that leg back, using this elbow to press out against this top bent leg and really gently pulling back through this bottom bent leg. Now switch sides. Switch which leg is on top. If you've got a nice figure 4, reach through the center, pulling that back leg towards you, pressing out with your elbow on this front knee, and breathing. Nice, low, long, slow, deep breaths. Rock yourself up to sitting. Bring the legs out in front of you. Cross one leg in front of the body and then the other one over the top. Try and adjust it so your butt cheeks are on the floor, hugging this front leg, very gently turning away from the bent leg, so lifting the torso up, and very gently, if your right leg is on top, then you're very gently turning to your right, or if it's your left, turn to your left. Other side, switch which leg is on top. So you're hugging this top bent leg, and then you're turning away, you're turning towards the hip of the bent leg, the top bent leg, very gently leaning the torso up and twisting. Back to center. Guys, give yourself a round of applause. This was another tough one. If you really want to challenge yourself, try doing back-to-back glute challenge number 1 with glute challenge, this one, I think it's number 5, and see if you can really set those glutes on fire. If not, try this one interspersed with all of the other glute challenges that we've got. Maybe try a 5-day glute challenge and let me know what you think. Thanks so much for joining me.